The eagle population is growing, and eagle watching has become quite the pastime. Find out when and where to see them. Hello everyone, I'm Don Jacobs. I'm at the confluence of the Lackawaxen River and the Delaware River, and we're going to go wild with Discover NEPA talking about eagles. Now, Brad Orey is a volunteer for the Eagle Institute, which is now run by the Delaware Highlands Conservancy. This is the time of year to go eagle watching.
I volunteer for the Delaware Highlands Conservancy for the past few years, and before that it was the Eagle Institute, and then when they merged. We staff a couple different locations, this being one of them. The 𝗓𝗏 Blind over, we staff that one, and up in, it's 10 Mile River, up on 97 over there. Those are the three that we staff on the weekends. It's an education type of thing. We count how many eagles we see, as well as other species, because the eagles aren't always there. So we'll do other things. There's ducks and other small birds and whatnot.
What is it about this time of year?
This is the best time of year because the eagles are not, they're not ready for breeding yet. They'll start breeding probably the end of February. And if it's cold up north, farther up north in New York State or Canada, they need open water because they're primarily fish eaters. And if everything's frozen over and they have nothing to do, let's go find some food. So they'll come down to the Delaware River and some of the open areas, reservoirs and lakes and stuff like that. And they'll just hang out and, find their food and whatnot, and then go back. And it's kind of weird. You'll see it all of a sudden. It's like, where'd they all go? And it's time for breeding. So they go back to the same nest that they've been using previous years and whatnot. And we've actually gotten a lot more that are resident birds in this area. So you could pretty much see a bald eagle down here year round if you know what to look for.
As our country celebrates its 250th birthday, we should also celebrate one of our nation's greatest environmental comeback stories, the comeback of the bald eagle. The numbers once dwindled due to chemicals, pollution, and being shot. The government reacted with the Bald Eagle Act and eventually put them on the endangered species list. Years later, after banning certain chemicals and major reintroduction programs, the numbers of eagles has soared to over 300,000 in the country, and they are off the endangered species list. And that has made eagle watching a popular pastime. The Delaware Highlands Conservancy's Eagle Institute, the National Park Service, and the New York Department of Environmental Conservation has made it easy to look for eagles along the Delaware River. They have come up with a map with eagle watching areas and even hold eagle watching bus trips on the weekends in January and February. Brad took us to one of the platforms in New York.
This is the 𝗓𝗏 Reservoir, and it's the middle one of three reservoirs. There's a reservoir up behind us here, which is the Swinging Bridge. And then you've got this one is the 𝗓𝗏, and then there's another one down below is the 𝗓𝗏.
And this is a blind setup just for bird watching?
Yes.
Well, this is a nice place to come out and hang out, and it is a popular spot. I mean, you've had days where you've seen dozens and dozens, right?
Right. Yeah, we have all the comforts of home. We have a porta potty, and
this is on that map, I know, that the Delaware Highlands has. What are we looking at right here? What kind of bird is that?
That's a bald eagle. And by looking at it, I'm going to say it was probably third year.
And what makes you say that?
Oh, the back is pretty much all brown because he's got his back to us.
Right.
But he turned its head and he's got some white already in his head. And as I said, they don't get their white head and tail until they're about 4 or 5 years old.
Probably migrated down, right?
Probably, or it could be one of the local residents too.
This is a comfortable place to come and eagle watch, period. And I know it's one of several places that are designed just for safe eagle watching.
Right.
And that's what the Eagle Institute's all about, and the Delaware Highlands Conservancy makes it happen. It's a good program.
Yeah, because that's primarily what we try and do is not just be able to spot the eagles for the people that do visit, but teach them, the do's and the don'ts. As I said about going across the road, It's not safe, and it's not safe for the eagles, you know, because if you make the eagles flush and fly and stuff like that. The cool part about this place too is in the afternoon, later in the afternoon, like 4-ish or somewhere in that neighborhood, we get an influx of eagles that'll come from down near the river. They'll come up here, they come right over right up the line, and they go up the stream here because that's a nice quiet place for them to roost for the night. When they mate for life, unless something happens. And a lot of times people will not realize if they see a brown bird, big brown bird flying in the air, they don't think it's an eagle because the eagles are primarily known to have the white head and a white tail. They don't get those until they're about 5 years old, and that's when they can also breed. Before that, they can't. They're not mature enough to breed.
So you stand here for most of the day and just answer questions and
Yep.
and explain what people like with us, explain what people are seeing out there?
Yep, that's what we're here for.
The real show happened out on the ice. An immature eagle was enjoying a duck dinner when the other eagles joined the party. The mature one's making its way over. He or she is going to go over and take that away. And that's what she's doing right now. Look at. Yep, she's diving in. That is so cool. You wouldn't see that sitting at home.
Nope.
So let me sum up our eagle watching trip. Along the Delaware River, we saw maybe 12, 13. Up here in New York, saw another half dozen, maybe 10. The idea is now's the time to do it. There are a lot of resident birds, but there's migratory birds because things are frozen up north. So we got to say thank you to Brad and the Delaware Highlands Conservancy's Eagle Institute. A lot of information on their page for all the etiquette you need and where to go, and a map for places like this. Now, for this episode of Go Wild with Discover NEPA and all the other episodes, you can go to discovernepa.com or subscribe on YouTube.